Cheryl.
Yes. Hi, Sil.
How
Hi,
are
Beena.
you, Cheryl? That's what I want to say. How are you?
Hi. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm pleased to hear,
Yeah.
Cheryl. I'm really pleased to hear. Very pleased to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very,
You
very
are
pleased to
good.
hear.
There is no doubt about it. Yes.
Yes. No, I feel good. I feel very good today. And
Excellent.
I did some drawings and I did some slides. So
Let's see the drawings first.
now listen.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you going to send me pictures of your drawings?
Now listen, I'm not that abstract artist. I'm not. They look like something a child did.
Good.
Nope.
Well, I can hear you there. Oh, you want to see my childish drawings?
Okay.
Make me
Well,
feel better.
I kind of like this one. This is the one I did earlier today, and I have it's not abstract, but this is my art. This is who I am.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Now,
it says,
I hope you get to see my irritated face.
it says, turning my back on one, looking to another, my intent guided by light.
Yeah. So, Cheryl, you better take opportunity to see my irritated face because you're not going to see it very often.
So you're irritated by this picture?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Seriously. You know, I tell you, clueless people.
Gee, I feel my internet's about to fail any moment now.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Look how cool that looks. Well, it doesn't look that cool in reality. It's just a green screen that's making it go cool like that. but okay, see my childish boring drawings. Yeah. It's like, come on, man. Seriously. All right, here we go. I was trying to draw my tomato plant. Yeah, you laugh appropriately. Exactly. So don't ever tell me that your drawings are childish or terrible. I mean, it's like there's no comparison, Cheryl. No comparison.
No, I just don't.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. It doesn't have, like when you were drawing that eye and the feeling of it. You know, it's a different type of a feel. But the point is, you were drawing an emotion. Let's see it again, please. Okay. So I want to make something abundantly clear. I don't care what it looks like. The issue is what it feels like. And this has a lot of feel to it, no?
And I think it's important to note that I'm naked.
Exactly. This is an important painting. And look at that magical spirit tree next to it. Tell us about that.
The tree for me represents strength and power and in like deliberate intent to rise.
There you go. You see? This is a painting. This is the objective.
And I don't know what I've turned my back on, but I feel like the light is guiding me forward.
Exactly. It's not what you've turned your back on, it's what you've turned your front towards.
Yes.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. The past is irrelevant. It's the future that matters. And the present. Yes?
Yes.
So this is again, we've got to look at clarity of intent. Was the exercise to draw something beautiful?
No, it was to draw something that I was feeling.
Exactly. And also do it in some way that's different, right? And you draw a magical spiritual tree there. And, you know, half naked or naked Cheryl.
And a naked Cheryl.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say you're turning it around. I thought you were turning it around for us to see the other side, but
no.
No, you were turning the whole book around.
I have this touch of ability.
No, it's just, you know, idiot logic. It made me think of this one boy at school. He had the magazines and, you know, teenagers and the idiocy of teenagers. So he got an eraser and he took the photographs of the models and he tried to erase the bikinis. And somebody found out about this, and of course he was teased mercilessly for this poor guy. I still remember his name, Craig Cruikshank. He was a very late child, and his sister was my let's see, 3 and 4, my 5th and 6th grade teacher. So he had and he was a year younger than me. So he had the bad luck of having his sister be a teacher, and she was ferocious in a way. She was okay, but she was, she gave hidings with a hairbrush. And they were not fun. I never got one from her. Fortunately, I managed to avoid, but boy, she was feared for those hairbrush hidings. She broke it one day she had a big temper on across the arm of one of the boys.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Well, it's a long story, with that too, anyway. I got some fun stories to tell, but we got other things to do. But you said you got paintings, plural, to show us.
Oh, yes. I can share the others. Oh,
You have to. You have to. There's no choice involved. Sorry. Right, Beena? Oh.
I don't know.
I love that.
Huh?
I want to see color. Okay.
I just drew
do
it.
me a favor.
It was just it was just a sketch. I guess I can
I
color it.
I know, but now color it, including the background. And choose your colors, not because they make sense from a painting point of view, but choose your colors because of the emotionality that they're going to represent. Yes, whether they now clash with each other or balance or mix or whatever.
Yeah, and here's the one I'm least proud of. Remember you told me to draw the dream? So I did, but it's really stupid looking.
Oh, that dream.
I love it. I love it. This is fantastic, Cheryl.
I think it's awful, but that's Fred and Vivian.
No.
But I felt like scratching them out.
Yeah, but think, Cheryl, this represents the feeling of the dream, and I think this is really significant. That feeling was a dream where you were kind of smallish and like it didn't make sense. You were removed from the scene. And this is exactly what this picture portrays. It's fantastic. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Very, very cool. Again,
that's everything.
Cheryl, the point of the exercise is not to draw pretty drawings. I find them beautiful because I'm looking with a different eye. The point is sharing the emotion. It's training your brain to think differently. It's training your brain.
I think it's going to take me just a little bit more time.
Oh, absolutely.
A little more training.
Absolutely. That's why it's important to not draw for beauty, to not optimize for beauty, but optimize for difference, optimize for unusualness, optimize for drawing what doesn't make any sense to you whatsoever, that you don't even have a clue what you're drawing, because you are downloading things directly from the universe, from your subconscious, from intuition, from the muses. Who knows? It's opening your brain up to more, right? So this is the key. Now, the more you optimize your brain to be different in the drawing and the painting, the more you're breaking away from the habit of being conventional in your brain. You see? And one of the conventional things that we do in our brain is we try and optimize for excellence, for prettiness, for beauty. With art, there's no such thing. There's no such thing. Yeah. Art is about emotion. Yeah. Some famous paintings are downright ugly visually, but they're very emotional. Yes. And they're very powerful. I mean, look at that, the Munch painting, Angst, or the Scream. Yes. Not a visually pretty painting. Yet it's a famous painting. Yeah. So same thing, Mona Lisa, not a very attractive woman as they go, right? I mean, she wouldn't have been a supermodel in her day.
Right.
Yeah. So you see my point though, but there's other things that make for paintings, and it's to train your mind to be and to operate differently. It's not a matter of even thinking differently. You want to actually not think. You want to take your mind out of it. And it's all about doing things directly, letting stuff come through you. You don't want your painting to come from you. You want it to come through you.
I don't know how to do it, Sil. I'm
No,
telling
but,
you.
but you
I
think
hear
you're gonna-
you, and if I could say, okay, I'm not going to feel anything, I'll be glad to scribble for you, but it's not going to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if it's genuine, but
Yeah. But Cheryl, I didn't say don't feel anything. I said don't think. It's a different thing. Feel, yes, you want to feel it. You want to feel it and communicate that, which is exactly what you did do. You did the exercise wonderfully.
Okay.
No, very much so. Very much so. And look, when you drew that other two things, the one with the eye kind of thing, right? That's what I'm talking about. You just let that happen. It was fantastic. That to me is really awesome, that one. You know, the first one you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no. You've got all that's required here. Don't worry about it. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. Again, when you feel it strongly, paint it. That's the point. Feel it strongly, paint it. And when you're painting it, just whenever you see you doing something usual and typical, say, nah, do it differently. That's all.
Okay. I'll try.
Yeah. You have. And I thought what you did was that painting of you with your back in the tree. That's a beautiful painting to me. Beena?
I like it.
Yes.
That one I like. That one speaks to me. But
Exactly.
if I just let the crayon and the pastel go where it wants to go, I don't know that I'll look back at it and say,
no.
This one speaks to me.
Yeah, you've got to feel it. So the whole objective is to take your feelings and to communicate them into the painting or
I know, I hear you. You keep telling me that. I've heard that.
All right.
I heard you loud and clear.
I love it. I love it. And especially for you, you know, because for you, emotions are a superpower. You know, this is also you training yourself to be able to handle them, deal with them, and, you know, focus that power. So it's like, you know, the superheroes that, you know, like the fire starter, right? You got to learn to handle that power as they burn the building down, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same thing for you. Same thing
Yeah.
for you. So there's a lot of logic to this. A lot of logic to
Yes.
it. Yeah. A lot of sensibility to it. Yeah. And you have all the tools. So please, you know, absolutely, I really want to emphasize that you doing the exercise wonderfully, absolutely wonderful. Just keep at it.
This is so beautiful, Cheryl. For me, again, it is just my personal perspective on that painting, because the first striking thing was the color you use. So it's a very earthy tone, and which represents Earth again, a mother nature there, Mother Earth, and then the woman sitting there. For me, actually, she is protecting that tree from that harsh sun, and like taking all these things on her and protecting the tree. But the tree, actually, it's a grown-up tree there. So for me, this whole thing represents mothers. And actually, okay, I must say that in plural, that mothers, the whole feeling of that mother is protecting even the grown-up one. She's taking everything on herself, on her like really naked skin, and she's taking the really harsh sun on herself and protecting it. And the tree is not a tiny little plant anymore. It's a grown-up thing, but the mother is still protecting.
Nice.
Yeah, so that this is very beautiful. Again, it's all about feeling and what other people see in that. You are so successful in making me feel that mother feeling from that painting.
So
isn't that interesting?
it is. So Cheryl, what else is going on in your world? It seems to me something else is pressing on you right about now.
Oh, Sil. I'm good. I'm good. I can't embrace it. There's a lot going on, but I cannot embrace it. I can't give it energy. I'm fine. I'll be fine. I'm fine. I don't want to give it energy.
Good.
Okay. Yeah.
Emphasis.
I mean, that's why, I really feel like I need a return to my studies and my own personal growth.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? Long story short, I've allowed my happiness to be wrapped up in someone else's world, and what a freaking mistake. And so the only way I know to get out of it is to dive into my own personal growth and knowledge, and my own realization, my independence of being, and my sense of self.
Yeah. You can't wear other people's clothing for them.
Yeah.
When we try, all that happens is you get left naked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you have lily white skin, like some of us, you're going to get sunburnt like crazy. Yeah. If you see my parts, you have to put sunglasses on, like my legs or chest or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of pale myself. So
yeah. That's why I said, for some of us, you get burnt easily.
Mm-hmm.
Very potent, very potent. So what else can you share with us before we get going? I'm assuming, hopefully we can carry on with slides.
Well, I'm starting to get fed up with being unemployed. So I applied for a few jobs. I think I got to go back to work. I can't do this much longer.
Good for you.
It's really boring. Yeah. It's taking a toll on me to be financially, dependent. I just, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Good for you, Cheryl. Good for you.
Yeah.
And that's very revealing about you as a person. You need to be productive. You need to be helpful. You need to be meaningful. You need to be significant. You need to carry your own weight. You need to be self-support, etc., etc.
Yeah.
All of this stuff.
Independent. Exactly. And I say, I need some things for the store. Well, what are you getting?
Yeah.
Lady products. Why is it your business? Just give me. Yeah. Why? Didn't you just buy shampoo? No, I'm not. Yeah. It's very, very frustrating not to be financially independent and have independence of being.
Yeah.
Maybe I bought shampoo and I don't like it and I want a different one. So what?
Yeah. No, good for you, Cheryl. Good for you.
It's time. So yeah, it's time.
Absolutely. And here's something that I really want to emphasize. When you out there in the job market, it's not about your abilities and skills. To a certain degree, yes. But any sensible employer, and the ones that you want to work for, will hire you because of your character first. Right? Most people can learn what they need to in the job. Yes, some jobs have particular skill requirements, but even then, as long as you can more or less do it, if you've got the right character, this person is going to learn how to do it. Yes, because that's part of their character, is the ability to learn, the ability to be diligent, the ability to be disciplined, the ability to follow through, the ability to complete, the ability to care about finishing things, the ability to care about doing things properly and appropriately and thoroughly. That's all you, right?
Right.
Those are ridiculously valuable, precious skills. And any sensible person who's doing hiring, right? And those are the ones you want to work for. They're going to look at your character first, and that's who you want to work for. If people are looking at your skills and abilities, you don't want to be working for them, right? Because they're the same idiots who are going to employ the star salesman who's going to end up, being a crook and rip them off and, do squirrely stuff and completely compromise your business. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. So you don't want to be working for people like that. So when you start to go out there, forget about your skills. This is an afterthought. Pitch your character.
Okay.
That's it. Now, I'm not just saying this. I've helped plenty people get the jobs they want based on this. I mean, my one friend Tanya, you know, she did lots of things herself, and she was always, you know, really making an effort. She struggled her whole life to be independent. She had her own newspaper and everything, took care of her father and her brother who's got some disease and everything. One of those people, right? But just struggle. So when she said, I can't do this anymore, I got to get a job. So then I mentioned this to her, and she ended up she's basically now, she loves her job. She's in customer service, but doesn't matter. She absolutely loves. She works from home, fantastic job. And I said, just focus on this. They're going to love you. And they do. She's the star over there because of her character, because she cares. She makes an effort. She's diligent. In customer service, this is unheard of. She's the absolute ideal employee. So of course, they love her.
That's good.
So just keep in mind, you know, that you have what's really wanted. And if the people can't see that, you don't want to be working for them. And that was your lesson with Tracy. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
See, she couldn't see it. Don't want to work for her.
Well, there was a lot. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
I mean, the more I like think back on certain things that were said and done, the more insight I have into what happened to me was gonna happen.
Exactly. And you know, the lesson from that is really profound and useful for now.
Yeah.
Very valuable experience.
Yeah. I'll be very careful next time.
Yeah. So who you work for is more important than where you work, no?
Absolutely. The environment in its entirety is important.
Exactly.
You know, if I've got the easiest job in the world with the greatest salary and everybody around me are BMNs and, you know, people looking to put someone else down so that they feel more superior, I just, you know,
priorities, in other words, priorities.
Yeah. No, that's going to be more important to me this time.
This is fantastic that, you know, you had that experience. Yes. All right. So there's another thing, Cheryl, right? And this is, okay, you're looking to get a job, but that's not the only way to make money. You can be self-employed too, no?
Yeah. That's still on the table. It's still out there.
Sometimes people forget about it because we're not taught that way. You know, it's like when we went to school, I don't know about you, but not once ever was it ever mentioned that it was an option where you can be self-employed, start your own business. Never was an option.
Yeah.
Always was get a job.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's in its infancy. I applied for a couple and I've already heard from them. And before I even take the interview, I need to revisit it and be sure that I even want to.
Like what, Cheryl? Like what? If you don't mind me asking, I'm just excited. I'm just interested.
Oh, you want to know what? Well, this one was accounts payable for a company called Mineral Technologies. But once again, it's part-time. It's 20 to 25 hours a week, which is fine. But their job description is like 4 pages long.
Wow.
Like, who the hell is going to be able to do that in 20 hours? Do you think you're overreaching just a little bit here?
Yes.
You know, they want me to, you know, prepare government contracts and I'm like, what? You know, in addition, 20 hours a week for a major company just to input the bills, you know, verify them, create vendor accounts, run checks, get them out. That's at least 15. Now I got another 5 hours. You know what I mean?
So in other words, whoever set the job up has no clue about the actualities involved.
Yeah. I mean, it just goes on and on. I should have printed it out so I could read it to you. It goes on and on and on and, you know, assist this person and back up that person and work with the sales team on this. And I'm thinking, this is like, it's almost sounded like an office administrator, like an office manager.
Wow.
Like you did a little bit of everything with every department and you were there to support and back up everybody, basically.
Yeah. Oh,
20
interesting.
part-time accounts payable clerk, entry-level position, 20 hours a week. Yeah, okay.
And others?
There was one other one, and that one just responded today, and I didn't get a chance to look at it because I was doing this other work. So it's in my email. I haven't opened it yet.
For though, for what?
Oh, they were all accounting. They were all part-time accounting, which is what I'm, what I'm comfortable with at the moment.
There you go.
That's what I'm.
Exciting. The other reason I ask you to share is because of conjoined intent. And I have the interest and the energy. So my interest gets added to your intent here, not for those jobs specifically, but for your intent to get a job. So you can kind of, I'm deliberately utilizing my interest and my curiosity to share some of my energy with you.
I see. Yeah, I'm not quite. Yeah.
It adds to it a little bit because, I mean, even if you're now sharing something that you don't want to do, that helps you refine what you want to do, you see?
Yeah.
So the energy comes invaluable. So yeah, so there's method to my madness.
Yeah. I forget.
It's a good excuse too.
I forget what the other one was. I kind of applied on the fly. Let me just look a second here. Well, I do. Sometimes I open up my files and they invite you to come and apply. And both of these invited me.
Okay. So, what you might want to also look at doing is to put your profile up on places like Upwork. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Accounts payable office assistant for the anesthesia specialists of Bethlehem.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounded like a very nice job. And it was just, working with, paying their vendors and so forth. Yeah. Accounts payable, just verifying their bills and it's, yeah. So.
Cheryl, did you hear what I said about putting yourself up on places like Upwork?
I never heard of Upwork.
Okay, look it up. There are a whole bunch of them. I mean, basically, these are places where freelancers go. Yeah. So I don't know what you need an editor. You need like I needed a cartoonist for the book that I put out. The BS book. It's got cartoons in it. I found the guy there. So you can put yourself up there as an accountant. This is where people will come when they need somebody not to employ on a regular basis, but to do a contract job. Yeah. So, for instance, people might have, I don't know, let's just say they're doing a play and they're renting the town hall and they do this for 2 or 3 weeks. They may need somebody to do their books for this project. You see my point?
I see.
So even though you work in part-time, you can still get work on a project-to-project basis, which might, and you may end up with more work from that than you can do, and you may have to decline things, right?
Okay.
All right. So now on Upwork, especially since you're new there, first of all, you may have to set your rates a little lower just to get some people to take you on. And because you want the referrals from people in Upwork to say, oh, Cheryl did it for me. It was wonderful working with her. She's a star. She's fabulous. She's, overly meticulous. She's just ridiculous when it comes to being scrupulous. And this is a bargain and she's fantastic, right? But also you want to make sure to put your references and testimonials from previous jobs in there. Remember, you were saying Tracy said she's going to give you a testimonial? And I said,
I never asked her for it,
but do so.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm going to see her. I'll see her Thursday.
Especially when people are feeling guilty. That's when you want to ask them for the testimonial.
Okay.
They'll give you an overly good one. Yeah.
Well, Thursday I'm volunteering at the theater.
Oh, very good, very good.
For their for their award ceremonies. So
Cheryl, absolutely make an effort to get that. Yes. And you can get testimonials from your co-workers, like your friend who was at Bashers, right? Who wanted to go on her own.
Yeah.
Get her to write your testimonial,
Okay. All right.
Because these will help on Upwork. And really, it's passive. You're just putting yourself out there. You say, I can do this. And, you've got tags and people say, okay, accountancy, bookkeeping, whatever you can do, babysitting, whatever. You can put it all in there if you want to. But so they search for, accountant, and it's a project by project thing. And this might just be that extra time. Okay, you work in 20 hours, you get a project that's going to, make for the next 2-3 weeks, going to take you up to 30 hours. Okay, cool. You get to choose if you want to take the jobs or not. Yeah.
Okay.
And it just, and you may find that you get more work than you anticipate, and that you're busy all the time. And you don't need to have a job. My point.
Okay.
So look into it. I forget what they're called, but there's a whole bunch of these sites. Upwork is one of the more famous ones.
Okay.
All right. Very useful. Very useful. And again, think of all the things that you could possibly do. Like, dog sitting or whatever, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jackson's enough dog for anybody. So.
Okay. How is Jackson?
I think part of me, a little piece of me wanting a job is that I can't do Jackson 24/7.
Oh, interesting.
He's an awful lot of dog. He's a lot of dog.
Does he maybe need to go for training?
Yeah, that's just,
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, that can take a big emotional toll on one. Things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So be aware, that this is pressing on you also, yes?
Yeah.
Very interesting, Cheryl. Very interesting.
I mean, yeah, I looked into some of the training, and he's not suitable for a group setting at this point. He's very aggressive towards other dogs. So if I wanted him to get some training, he would have to start with some private training and then a slow introduction into group. And it's very expensive.
Gotcha.
So I'm not sure where I'm going with that, but when I have more expendable income, I'll make a decision.
Yeah. But it's good to be aware of, because that stuff takes an emotional toll that's not always obvious.
I know. No, it's obvious. I need a break. Yeah, I need a break. Yeah. And I mean, he's another thing that's completely different from my last dog. Tucker was extremely independent. I mean, he was a wonderful dog. He was very independent. He chewed his bone, played with his toy, took his nap. This one is
needy,
attached to my hip 24/7.
Wow.
I physically have to lock him up to get him away from me for a few minutes. And I mean, if I get up and walk across the room, he gets up and walks across the room.
Wow.
If I go in the kitchen, he goes in the kitchen.
Wow.
If I sit down, he tries to sit on my lap. I have to physically lock him up.
Wow.
So, and then I feel bad about that.
Yeah. So if you were to work, where does he stay?
He's got to go into his crate. And when I'm not home, or he thinks I'm not home, he's very happy to be in there and take a nap. But if I'm here and he knows I'm here, he just whines and cries the whole time.
That's fascinating. That's really, really fascinating.
Wow.
So, yeah. And Saturday, I said, Greg, I need you to take the dog today. I need a break. Dog.
And did he?
And nope. He left with my car at 8 o'clock in the morning and came home at 11 o'clock at night.
Wow.
But I'm bummed. So, maybe if I worked a couple days a week, and it got me out of the house, put a little bit more money on me, I really feel like, but I'm going to be picky this time. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I wasn't like the minerals technology guy. He texted me twice and I haven't returned his text yet. I don't think that's the one.
I think practice on him to say, look, you've got 6 pages of job description. this makes no sense. This is an impossibility. Nobody could possibly do this in 20 hours a week.
That's right.
You know, so
that's right. We're like 50. We're like 50. We're like 40 plus 10 overtime. Yeah.
Right.
So
you know, it's good practice to practice your communication skills. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, who knows, once you start communicating, he says, yeah, that was the old job, but it's changed. It's not actually whatever, you know.
Right. Yeah. That's your,
everything is the way it's.
I mean, and maybe he'll tell me there's 3 other people in the department that are basically, you know, splitting this work.
Doing it. Yeah.
But
yeah, that's good practice to share.
Yeah.
Very interesting. But yeah.
Okay,
you know
sorry to interrupt, but I have to go now. It's already late for me.
Yeah.
Okay, sure,
Beena. Yes, and Cheryl, okay, no matter what job, of course, you are going to choose, I personally feel that you have this amazing quality to elucidate, to explain things, because your repeat backs and takeaways are really amazing. So just as an option, consider to do these things also by yourself, like doing capital H hearing, like doing way of impeccability for other people. After doing that for yourself, just do it for other people, because you have this thing.
You mean like some kind of coaching you're talking about, Beena?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you have this, because when you write, of course everyone reads that, and it's so beautiful and well defined, not just for the sake of making it pretty and nice and beautiful, but it is like, it does make sense, and you get like really precisely. So just consider this.
Okay, I will. Thank you, Beena.
Yeah, lots of options in the world.
Lots of options for you, Cheryl. You are okay. Yes, if things are different, I understand that, and it seems like that. Okay, we have limited options, but it all starts with our self-conceptions. That what we think of ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And even sometimes.
And to be honest with you, Beena, that self-conception has been almost under assault recently.
Yeah.
So it's something that is going to need my complete deliberation.
Yes.
Well, let's start working on that right now.
Yes.
Okay. So you have your dictionary of power.
I need to go.
Okay, I know you need to go, Beena.
Yes.
Thank you so much, though, for being here with me. Thank you.
Oh no, I hope that you will come on different time also, so I can actually have this opportunity to be here all the time, because this is something I really miss.
Thank you, and I miss you too.
Yes. And repeat backs.
All right.
You have such an amazing talent and the skill for that, Cheryl. I know that. Okay, not everyone can do this.
Thank
you have
you.
this thing.
Very cool.
Thank you.
All right, Beena.
All right, Beena. Bye.
Beena,
love you.
So I got to wish Beena good night.
Yes.
And she got to sleep deliberately. Yes. And dream progressively.
Oh, wow. So you have all made up today already. Okay. Thank you. And you too, guys. Both of you.
Okay. Thank
They
you.
just sleep deliberately and dream progressively. Well, you have all the ingredients there. You have all the ingredients there.
Thank you. Thank you, Beena.
Yep.
Thank you, love.
Bye for now.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. So from a CV point of view, yes, in your dictionary of power, or at least make a separate list. This is the task now, to make a list of qualities that make Cheryl a desirable employee. Right. Number 1, are you punctual?
Most of the time.
That's a yes.
Okay.
You make an effort to be punctual. It's rare.
I do. I absolutely do.
Exactly. I mean, if you aren't on time, it's something out of your control, correct?
That is correct.
So therefore, you are extremely punctual, and it's important to you to be punctual. Yes?
Yes.
So write that down.
I
Right?
am. I'm writing it.
Okay, right. But I mean both that, not just I'm punctual, no, but I make an effort to be punctual, and it's very important to me to be punctual. Yes? Are you diligent?
Yes.
Fuck yes, you are.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. So say, you know what, you can even say I'm almost afflicted by diligence. I can't help it. I have to be diligent. Right? Because we don't want to make you out to be superwoman, so we're going to put it in a way that's palatable. Are you thorough?
Yes.
Yes, you're thorough.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, very, very
Yes.
important. Very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
Are you scrupulous?
Yes.
Very much so. Say, you know what? If my books don't balance, it bugs me. I
Oh,
cannot leave it. I have to have them balance.
Right.
I'm scrupulous, and I'm also conscientious.
Right.
Yes, I can't help it. This is how I am. Sorry, you know, maybe I'm a stereotype for the accountant, but this is who I am. Yeah. These are things that aren't just qualities. They're not skills that I've learned. They are innate abilities. This is who I am as a person. Yes.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, though, are you stuck in convention?
Stuck in convention. Oh, I'm open to ideas. Absolutely.
You flexible and fluid and adaptable.
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
Well, then put that down there. Right.
I mean, I'm classically trained, but I'm open to
exactly. So somebody might say, "Oh, you know what? You're the typical stereotype accountant." Say, "No, I'm not. Yes, I'm diligent and I'm scrupulous and I'm thorough and I'm conscientious, but at the same time, I'm not narrow. I'm not bound to convention. I like to do it conventionally if that's the best way. But if there's a better way, I'll find a better way. Right? So I'm not limited by convention.
Right.
I'm not anti-convention either, right? But I'm not limited. So in other words, I do, despite my qualities of enjoying and using convention, I'm also able to be fluid and flexible and adaptable.
Right.
And I can be open. Now, I also can learn and change when necessary. Yes? I'm not stuck in my ways. I enjoy learning and changing as needed. Again, as needed. Yes?
Right.
So one of my chief characteristics is appropriateness. I treasure and value appropriateness inordinately. Yes, which is not proper, but appropriateness. And I understand the difference. Yeah. Right? Because people who don't understand the difference are going to think proper, oh, you know what, and see this as a limitation. No. In other words, to match my goals and objectives to the particular context. This is appropriateness. Yes? Right. Right. Okay. Furthermore, right, do you care?
Sure.
Yeah. So look, if I have a bit of a liability, it's sometimes that I care too much. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I care about what I do. I care about the people, and I care about the company. I care about the bigger picture. I don't just care about getting my paycheck and doing my job. No, I care about the bigger picture also. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So who I work for is as important to what job I'm doing, right?
Right. Right. Well,
I
mean, one of the things that has taken maturity and experience to know is I know my value. And with that knowledge comes the responsibility to perform at a level that I know I'm capable of performing at.
Exactly. So say, look, I'm not insecure either.
Right. No, there's, I mean, you know, if that,
down. That's important. You know, I'm secure in myself. I'm not insecure. I can do the job. I'm relaxed. I'm at ease. I'm not going to stress anybody with my insecurity. If I don't know something, I can ask.
Right.
It's part of my personal security. And I do ask because I like to learn. Yeah. So being secure in myself has a major benefit in this, that I can ask when I don't know. Not a problem. And also, you know, I have no problem accepting authority. I'm secure in myself. It's insecure people who can't accept authority, right?
Right. Mhm. Okay.
So I don't just care about the job and the people. I care about the world and everything at large, which, you know, makes me somewhat of a kind and considerate and generous person. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is just a fact. It's not that I'm blowing my own horn and saying I'm wonderful. No, this is just a part of who I am. This is those things that are very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get annoyed at my husband? Sure. Who doesn't when your husband's an asshole? I don't think that's a bad quality. This is just a natural reaction. Okay, you don't have to add that in, but I'm just having a bit of fun.
I don't even want to think about that. So
I know, but my point is, you know, if it comes up in your interview, so wow, you're so perfect.
you're gonna ask me about my husband in my interview? I'm leaving.
Oh, interesting. It's, yeah, sometimes I would.
Yeah. Well,
I want to know how people are as people.
no,
And then
I work for you. We're not friends. We don't talk about my personal life.
But I'm asking about your character. And
Look,
then you
I don't bring it to work, and you don't bring it to my desk. How about that?
That's my point. That's why I would ask about it, you see, to get that exact answer. You say, yes, of course, you know, things with my husband, you know, he's a
I mean,
jackass.
that was Tracy's biggest problem, is that she couldn't leave home at home.
Exactly.
That was one of her biggest problems.
Exactly. So write that down. Say, also, I am, despite my caring and being interested and more, I leave home at home. My home stuff, my home life is my home life. It's not got anything to do with work. The two are separate, right? I don't bring my home stuff. And, you know, when my husband's been a jerk or whatever, my dog is giving me a hard time, I don't bring this to work. Those are separate things, right? And that's a very powerful point. Employers love to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Are you capable of listening to people?
Sure.
When you have to.
I should. Listen, did you ever read my cover letter? Did I ever read you my cover letter?
No.
Then I'm going to read it to you real quick. Oh, yeah. Where's my file? Oh, I must have had it out for something. Shit. Okay, I'll pull it up. And I'll read it to you just real quick. So you know what I already put forward prior to an interview. You know what I mean? Let me just go back to Indeed here, because I've got everything online. Indeed. Okay.
But look at what we've written down there so far, Cheryl. Is that not just really cool stuff to be to employ you?
Absolutely.
And it's not bragging, it's not overestimation. This is just fact. This is how you are. So yeah, I'm a good, nice person. I own that. You know, I don't feel like I'm special to say that. I know lots of good, nice people like me who are conscientious and hardworking. We make the world go round. There's tons of us, right? I'm just, you know, aware of it. That's all. And I'm comfortable enough in myself to be able to acknowledge that. I don't go around with false modesty or humility. Yes.
Right. Okay. EcoPacks was the other one. Okay. Resume insights. Takes me a minute to find this stuff. Ay.
Oh, take your time. I'm in no hurry, Cheryl.
I don't know why I can't find it.
It's okay.
Well,
I'm in no hurry. I got lots of patience.
Yeah, here. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Found one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is the one I gave to Tracy, because I just made it for her. Okay. This letter is to express my interest in bringing my business and professional sales and accounting expertise to the State Theater. I have enclosed my resume for your consideration. I proudly offer 30 plus years of experience in diversified professional settings. Throughout my career, I've been lauded as a consummate professional and a diligent worker that requires little to no supervision. I've been the recipient of numerous awards for surpassing sales goals and customer compliments for my performance in customer service. With a natural talent for communication, I am able to connect to people with ease and grace while maintaining my focus on assessing the needs of the situation at hand. My specialty is problem resolution, utilizing tact, respect, and empathy, then responding with the company's policies and principles as my guide. In addition, as the owner and accounting manager of a small business, as well as the acting bookkeeper and accounting support for numerous businesses, I possess strong bookkeeping skills and regard organization, attention to detail, and accuracy as the key to successful and efficient time management. I'm proficient in QuickBooks Online and Microsoft Office. With a firm belief in the importance of personal and professional growth, I welcome the opportunity to learn the unique aspects of your business and apply them to your accounting program, your customer service, your correspondence, or your marketing package. I am a team player and enjoy interaction and collaboration with all the other departments within your company. I would welcome the opportunity to participate in a personal interview to answer any questions and better present my qualifications. Thank you for your time and consideration. I look forward to learning more about the exciting opportunities within your company.
Fantastic. Now add those list of those qualities, those character qualities.
They're already in there.
I know, but specifically like maybe as a key points thing, keep that exactly as it is, but just maybe add in somewhere my key character qualities are bing, 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 bing.
Oh, okay. Okay, I can do that.
At the beginning, right? Because now you're just going to reconfirm it. But when you start off, you're creating an image in the mind, right? That's a very positive. Plus Cheryl, you read that to the end.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to the end.
Yeah.
How many are going to do that?
Doesn't always happen. I hear you. Right.
Exactly.
In fact, Justin told me that there are, most of the time, your cover and your resume are being read by a machine that are looking for keywords.
Exactly. When you put those quality traits in, punctual, diligent, thorough, scrupulous, conscientious, caring, those are like punctual. You'll be amazed. Nobody mentions punctuality, but if they pick that up, oh my goodness, this is a big deal. So, somebody scanning that, like if you just, my key character qualities or character traits, bing, 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 and then you go with all that bullshit. Whoa, already they're interested. Now they're actually going to read what you've written because you've got their interest. Yes, because you're different. Yeah. The other thing that I would recommend is get a few quotes from people that have employed you.
I did. Yeah? I do. I have them at the bottom of my resume. They don't go in the cover letter.
Okay, but put them in between. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and you read it to me, like every third or fourth sentence.
I have them. No, I have them under my references. I'm gonna keep them there.
Right. But what I'm saying is, to take not the whole long quote, but just a quote from somebody. Okay, CEO of whatever company. Cheryl was a dream working for us. We loved her. And you put it in there amongst all that stuff, just in between. Like, okay, you go down, 10 sentences, you got a quote. And you read another. It just makes it, and you put the quote in italics as well, right? And, attribute it. Just think of this when you're reading that, Cheryl, right? It's now you've broken the mold of conventionality.
Okay.
Right? So again, if you HR and you've been doing this for tons of things, what's your opinion of the average cover letter, CV, whatever you call it? Yeah. I've heard it all again. Blah, blah, blah. Same old bloody bullshit, right?
Yeah.
They don't care.
I mean, I'd love to make all these changes, but I've yet to not be contacted for an interview like in the last 3 years.
Then I mean,
you know what I mean? I'll make some of the
alone.
changes because you've given me some great ideas, but I'm not going to completely rewrite it like that.
Oh, no. I that's what I was saying. Leave it exactly like it is. Just add in, like 2 or 3 quotes and add in your character in. That's all. Oh, no, don't change it. No, I think it's fabulous what you have. It's fantastic.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is format-wise,
Okay.
it's conventional. So if you change in, my main character qualities, that's immediately you break in the format. Then the guy reads a little bit because now he's interested, or the woman, and then a quote. Oh, this is the right in there. You stay in their mind. So if it's the only reason for doing this is, should it be that it's even Stevens, you're going to be the one to get it because you were different.
Okay.
That's it, really. That's all. It's just, because like I said, most people reading those things, they ignore what's actually said.
Yeah.
They'll look for red flags, but it's like, same old stuff.
Yeah, and and in the same breath, if you don't have the time to read my cover letter, I don't want to work for you. I'm not that desperate girl anymore. I'm looking for the right company, and you've got to fit me as much as I've got to fit you. And I'll work like a son of a gun. I'll bring my best to the table. But if you're an asshole, I'm leaving right now.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? It's kind of where I am. There was a time in my life where, when I first graduated from college, I sent out 70 resumes, 70.
Wow.
And I got 4 responses.
Wow.
That's how tight the job market was in 1984 and 85 in America.
It's
there were no jobs out there.
Now.
Right now, for some reason, nobody wants to go to work.
Because they can work from home. There's so many options for working from home. So you're in a pound seats here, So
So
I know.
I mean, I've never even seen so many available jobs.
Yeah.
Like the advertisements for them ever in my life.
Yeah. So you can be picky, which is fantastic.
Well, now I don't know about picky, but I can certainly have some standards.
Correct.
You have yours and I'll have mine, and hopefully, we meet each other in the middle.
That's appropriate, right?
Yeah.
Very appropriate. I love it, Cheryl. Very cool. No, I thought your letter was fantastic. That's really well done.
Yeah.
It was very earnest, and that's the key. I can spot earnestness a mile away. That's an earnest letter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And earnest is what you hire. I don't want to hire somebody who's not earnest about their whatever you call that letter. Yeah, right?
Okay.
Very cool.
Okay.
Very cool. So let me ask you this from a clarity of intent point of view. Okay. You said you want to work for nice people that appreciate you doing a good job.
That's right. That's right.
What else?
What else is in my what's in my bucket list?
Well, let's put it this way. Okay, what within the limitations of convention?
Want them.
What's your ideal job right now?
I want them to understand that I bring nearly a lifetime of experience with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would like them to be, honest with me about the job and about their expectations. And I'll be honest with you as to whether or not I feel that, it's something that I can deliver for you.
So on those list of qualities, I don't think you mentioned honesty and self-honesty being very important to you.
Oh, I did not. No.
Oh, put it on there. Mm-hmm. Even if you don't use it, right? The reason I'm doing this is not necessarily to improve your CV. I thought it's a very good CV. but it's to change your self-conception.
Okay.
Right. For one
Yeah.
thing, you are a wonderfully good employee. Not only that, you don't necessarily even see yourself as an employee. You see yourself as more than that. You're a collaborator. You're a team member, which is what everybody wants, right?
Absolutely. Yes. I don't want to feel, if I get the inkling that they're looking at this as like a one-way street, you're being paid, you'll do what we tell you to do.
Right. No, you don't want that. Yeah.
I don't want that. I
Right.
want,
exactly.
we appreciate you. We're going to fairly compensate you. And, let's enjoy this journey. Let's look forward to coming to work.
So you say,
even if it's just accounting, I can have fun with accounting. I do.
Oh, I agree. And that's wonderful. And that's the point here. So add trust to that list. Trust is very important to you. If you trust those you're working for and they trust you, if they tell you to do something that's stupid and they're going to trust you to say it is stupid, and they're going to trust that you've got a good reason for saying so, they're going to trust your sensibility enough to listen to you, correct? It may turn out that there's a good reason for it, and they say, well, actually, there's factors that you're not aware of, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. But still, you need to be able to say it, yes?
Right.
And they need to be able to change it if it needs changing.
Right. I need to be able to hear
and be
the
heard.
truth, and so do they.
Correct. So trust is important.
Sure.
Honesty is important.
Sure. And it's not personal. It's, it's honesty, it's trust, it's honesty, and it's, when you're a member of the team, you can't sugarcoat everything. You have to be honest. You've got to be straightforward.
Right. In other words, it's about impeccability.
It is about impeccability. Absolutely. Everything is, isn't it?
Exactly. But you see where I'm getting at in a roundabout way, right? What did you say to Beena? He said, my self-conception has been under pressure, under attack.
Under assault. Yes.
Under assault. Yes.
Yeah.
What are we doing but bolstering your self-conception in a legitimate way? Yes.
Yeah.
See? By putting all these good qualities, you're saying, oh, you know what? I'm that kind of person. Yes. I'm a person that you want on your team. I'm a person to whom impeccability is important. It's my core. Everything comes back to impeccability.
It sure does.
This is who I am.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So part of impeccability is not unreasonably expecting others to be impeccable. That's a very poor use of energy.
Yeah. So what if they're not?
What if
I see all kinds of cracks in their impeccability? Do I just, I don't know, because I saw all those cracks in Tracy and I thought I could help her.
Right. You have to leave people be. Their impeccability is their issue. That's it. It's not your job. If they employ you, they ask you, that's a different thing. Other than that, you got to leave it be. It's not your business. It's not your business. It's a very hard lesson, Cheryl. Very hard lesson.
Yeah.
Impeccability's core definition is best use of energy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you're trying to help Tracy put you in a position to be dominant or superior to her, which made her very, very, very insecure.
Yeah.
It cost you the job ultimately. See?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was not a good use of your energy, right?
Yeah. Well, not only that, and I don't know if I've shared this with you, but I feel like I made Tracy, my presence made Tracy face the fact that she was in over her head.
Oh, absolutely.
With her own job. And because I didn't have the skills to support her, and I didn't, because I never claimed to be able to do an audit for a nonprofit company, from an accounting standpoint. I never claimed to do it. She would have had to have been the one to, show me on our first audit and guide me and, train me. And she couldn't. She couldn't because
And that's the problem.
Jean never really trained her. Jean went ahead and did it on her own. So Tracy was sitting there not knowing.
And Jean obviously didn't really know what she was doing either.
Well, I think she did. I think
Oh,
she did.
interesting.
I think she didn't want to share it with Tracy because then she became dispensable.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
She was there about 4 years prior to Tracy getting her job. So she kind of knew Tracy's job better than Tracy did.
Yeah. When people are in positions that they're not qualified to be, they are in a very vulnerable position. Yeah.
That's right. That's why she needed Jean back.
Yeah, you just exposed that vulnerability. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So do you know if Jean is Jean back?
Oh yeah, the very next day she was back at my desk. Yeah. She was already rehired when they fired me.
Oh, I imagine so. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Your firing was engineered by Jean. This is no doubt.
It was definitely the next day she was sitting at my desk. Yeah.
Too astonishing. I wonder how long that's going to last.
Oh, I don't know, because old Jean has more power than she ever had now.
Yeah, but still, people like that are greedy. They're never content. And they always end up screwing up a good situation.
Yeah.
They can't help themselves. They can't help themselves. They do it. They can't help it.
Yeah, no, she's got more power over Tracy than she ever had because Tracy couldn't make it without her.
That ability to, they get ridiculous with it. They run away with themselves. So.
Yeah. So Tracy made her own bed. She'll lie in it now,
Good luck to you, girl. Good luck to you.
Luck. Yep. Yeah. I'm going to see them all Thursday night because
I love this. They
asked me to volunteer.
Testimonial. Be sure to ask for that. It's important.
Oh, I will. I'll be very gracious and I don't have a whole lot to say to Jean. I don't want to be disingenuous. You know what I mean? I'd rather take her out back and beat her up. But so I'll just.
You don't need to say anything to her, So.
Yeah, I don't really need to have any contact with her, but
Right.
Right.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, the thing is that we tend to focus so much on our negative qualities. And we overemphasize that and then we get this imbalance.
Yeah.
Of course, we have negative qualities, but on balance, the positive qualities are like way, way, way more and outnumber the negative ones.
Yeah.
I mean, the negative qualities aren't really you. You may have them, but you don't want them. And yes, they're there, legacy, habit, whatever reason, but you don't really want them. So they aren't really you. Whereas the positive qualities, you do want them and you work very hard to have them. So they are real you. So be aware of that. Yes.
Right.
So I'm trying to say,
when I said that my self-conception was under assault, it occurred to me that we've had discussions, you and I, about continuation with the Zoom sessions and the writings and if that wasn't proof in the pudding, as they say,
exactly.
When you know what I mean. At first, I was getting digs, there was the State Theater thing, and I overcame that, with my own. I know who I am. I know my value. I know my worth. And then Greg started in, and then Justin took a couple of shots at me. And I thought, wait a minute. I find myself losing my place.
Yeah.
I find myself like shaking with anxiety.
Yeah. Cheryl, I would put up some notice or some painting or some sticky note or somewhere that everybody can see. I am not my past. I make every effort to change every single day.
Yeah.
Put it up in the house there that these jackasses can see this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like, and listen, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I feel as though, and I don't, it's not even a feeling. Yeah, I mean, it's the knowledge. My worth, my value to Greg is not what I thought it was.
Yeah.
My value, my worth to my own son is not what I thought it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was almost an assault on my own self-conception. But you know what? I mean, that's their deal.
Thank you very much. Say that again. That's their deal.
That's their deal.
That's what the universe is looking to share with you. This is the
lesson. Justin got a major national award last week or the week before. He got the 2022 Omni Award for Excellence in Media for Table Magazine.
Wow.
So they threw him this big dinner, and Keith, and it was videoed and on TV local and stuff. And his editor-in-chief introduced him, and he got up there and made a speech. He thanked Ali, his husband Ali, for all his support. And he said, and I also would be remiss if I did not mention the table team that supports what I do. And he named everybody but me.
Wow. Wow.
And I said to him the next day, well, how'd it go last night? I want to see video. I want to see video. He goes, Mom. I said, what? Just send it to me. He goes, I forgot to thank you. I don't care. He goes, yeah, but I thanked everybody but you. So what? Really? Tell me that was.
That's a big bonus.
I mean, he was, but still, I was really hurt.
Yeah, yeah. But again, treat it as a gift. Treat it as a gift because, it makes him realize how much he takes you for granted.
Yeah.
It's a positive.
Yeah.
It's always a positive in there somewhere.
Isn't that strange? And it was like, the morning after, and he knew he had to send me the video. I don't even think it occurred to him until I said, oh my God, I want to hear all about last night. Send me the video. Oh, hey, Mom.
Yeah, it's the way the brain works sometimes. Some things are, they kind of in a different category. So when you categorize like that, they don't get associated. He doesn't think of you as part of the team. You're special.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, this special person, I'm keeping track of all my hours now, and he's going to owe me some money at the end of this month.
Now you see how the gifts come into things. You see,
we
have to always trust that when things don't seem to make sense, there's some gift in it.
Yeah.
Him forgetting you is anomalous, but anomalies are always gifts.
Yeah, yeah, and painful as they may be, and it was painful.
Right. So, dude, you can forget, but you're going to be paying for that forgetfulness.
And I cannot change what people say and do. I can change how I react to it.
Exactly.
And you know what? It wasn't okay. So here's what we're going to do.
Right. This will make it okay, more or less.
Okay. You're going, perhaps you don't know my value. So let me show you what it is.
Correct. I love that, Cheryl. I love that. Very important.
Yeah.
Again, see, always look for those gifts. I do. I make every effort to listen for the gifts. They're always there. I see them all the time. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Nothing is what it seems. Wow. Very cool, Cheryl. Very, very, very,
right?
very
cool. Yeah. So my slides this week were all about intent to goodness.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always, it's always on time. Timing's always on time.
Yeah.
And
I love that.
Before, I'm glad I dug into my slides. I did 4 of them. I dug into my slides before I allowed anything to go haywire. I know I was feeling bad, but I did not allow things to get out of hand.
Yeah.
What's the matter? Your tooth hurt?
My gum, actually, from the tonsils. It's all swollen, the gland and everything.
Oh gosh, I had swollen glands for about a week. Then they went away. I don't know what that was
They
about.
come and then they go. It happens every now and then. So not the end of the-
Yeah. And this whole sinus thing, that sort of gets into my teeth too. The whole sniffing and dripping and the whole sinus
'cause,
and
you
mouth.
start swelling up and then the teeth start pressing against each other.
Yeah.
This one was better than I've had it before, actually. It just
Oh.
swelled up the bottom of the gum here. Anyway.
Yeah.
But there's magic in it. There's magic in it. All right. So what module and session are we on?
Let me find it. Okay, so I was still working within module 8, session 1.
Oh, you're jumping around on the sessions. That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
I went up to module 8 because I don't know why. The alignment, the attunement, I just
Yeah. No problem.
I needed
no
that as my
problem.
focus, and I'm glad because it always
Yeah.
seems to be what I need, and it helps me get some stuff out of my head.
Yeah, as appropriate. Yeah. I mean, the only ones that are important really for order are the very first
For
one
first and the last, you said.
and the last couple of ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is towards the end, but
Well, no, there's like the last two of them. This one and the next one doesn't matter the order, but the very
Okay.
last two, those are like recap exercises, so they do matter. You'll see.
okay. So I
Other
did
than
8,
that, do them in
9,
any
10.
order. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Not at all.
All right.
As appropriate. Yeah.
Okay. Shall I start with a read back? We can do a couple
Yes.
before.
What slide are we on?
I have to go. I maybe have another 45. Okay. Module 8, session 1, number 8.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Before you start, though, I have to do something very important. Hold on.
Okay.
I need an accessory to go with this. Very important accessory. You'll see in a second. Ugh.
I'm going to refresh my coffee still. I'll be right back.
Okay. I've got my accessory.
What's your accessory? All right, I'll be right
Oh,
back.
yeah, I'm quick. See, very important accessories. Essential equipment. We have good view there. Get the light on it nicely.
Okay. I get to see this accessory. What's this accessory? What is it? Chocolate bar.
Ice cream. Very important things.
Yeah, well, I got my accessory here too.
There you
All
go.
right. Yeah, I don't have any coffee left. My God, I drink coffee today. I went to
No.
refresh my coffee. Well, you know what? I pour most of it out because I hate when it gets cold. I won't drink it. So then I pour a cup of coffee. I take a couple sips and forget it, and then I got to pour it out. Oh, here he is. Go sit down. Mommy's still in class. Go. All right. Okay, so number 8. Let's start with a read back.
Yeah. Listen.
Okay. All right. If we go further, i.e., deeper into the manifestation of our intent, we realize that our intent mirrors the intent of the universe. It's our awareness that allows the universe to translate our intent, factor out all the roadblocks, and return us to a pathway that guides us and confirms its attunement. It reveals that it's the universe's intent for us also.
Wow. Wow. That's fantastic, Cheryl.
So if I ask myself, what am I doing? Where are my choices leading me to? While I cue a positive response, on the surface, the response may be outside of our intent to goodness, and that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay, it's a gift. Sometimes the response I receive is, yes, you're on the right path. Other times it's stop, rethink what you're doing, why you are doing it, and think it through to the end. And that is an even greater gift of positivity.
Wow. Will you repeat that, please?
The takeaway or from the beginning?
The takeaway.
If I ask myself, what am I doing? Where are my choices leading me to? While and if I ask myself, I should say myself and the universe. If I ask the universe and myself, what am I, that's kind of what I meant. What am I doing? Where are my choices leading me to? While I cue a positive response, on the surface, the response may be outside of my intent to goodness. And that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's a gift. Sometimes the response I receive is, yes, you're on the right path. Other times it's stop. Rethink what you are doing, why you are doing it, and think it through to the end. And that is an even greater gift of positivity.
Profound. So what I hear you saying is, the important thing in that question is not necessarily the answer, but you asking the question. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Put it in there.
The question is of key importance to
asking. Yeah,
asking
the, not the question, but asking the question. See what I mean? It's a slight difference in emphasis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do me a favor.
What's that?
And take that, both the repeat back and the takeaway, and make a post out of them. Just like that. Repeat back, boom, takeaway, boom.
Okay.
Add a nice picture, maybe you're painting, and post it. And then share it to group. Yeah.
Okay.
What you said is ridiculously profound. It's just, it's unreal what you said. This is a really, really potent thing that you said. So read the takeaway for me again, please.
If I ask myself and the universe, what am I doing? Where are my choices leading me to? And while I cue a positive response, on the surface, the response may be outside of my intent to goodness. And that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's a gift. Sometimes it's a gift. Sometimes the response I receive is, yes, you are on the right path. Other times it's stop. Rethink what you are doing, why you are doing it, and think it through to the end. And that is an even greater gift of positivity.
Yes. And also, I would say it's not just think it through to the end, but also think it through to the end and perspective shift to multiple perspectives.
Okay, now wait a second. Okay, so to the end.
And perspective shift to multiple perspectives.
Okay.
Those two qualities, thinking it through to the end and perspective shifting to multiple perspectives, just those two are incredibly, incredibly, incredibly transformative. And when we ask that question, what am I doing? This is one of the most profound questions we can ask.
Okay.
Because it leads to clarity of intent. Oh, the other thing that I would maybe add in there, just from my own point of view, is when you said outside of my intent to goodness, yes?
Yes.
I would just maybe add in the outside and beyond. Or beyond, either way.
Outside.
Or beyond.
Okay.
Right? In
Outside
other words,
of
you're
or
making it very
beyond.
clear that this is like, you know, my imagination, my intent to goodness is a product of my imagination. Hey, you know what? My imagination is limited. When it comes to moreness, I can't imagine all of the things that are there. Yes.
Okay.
So I've got to be open to more. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I will add that as well. When I say, in fact, it's more than okay, it's an opening to moreness.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, calamity, calamity, calamity. See?
Okay.
You see the calamity?
What's the calamity? I don't know.
Empty ice
Oh,
cream
oh,
box. Yeah, this is the last one.
oh no.
It's okay. I've still got some in the tub.
You really feel you should have two then if it's the last one?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, if I had only one cigarette left, I'd wait a while.
I still have ice cream left in the tub. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'd rather have one complete ice cream session than two half ice cream incomplete ones.
Ah, okay.
Because I just feel like I didn't finish, I didn't eat enough, I feel unsatisfied, and both are wasted.
Okay.
So I'd rather have than two wastes.
Okay.
Right?
That's very much
that's something that I've learned later in life, right? Because when I was a kid, did you ever, as a child, I mean, even once, get enough ice cream?
Oh, no.
Me, never.
Yeah.
Not even once.
Yeah. Well, you know, last time we had dinner with Bill and Sue, Greg and I both ordered the same dessert, and it was a blueberry cobbler with vanilla ice cream on top. And we both didn't want, there was so much ice cream on top. We didn't want to waste it. And we forced ourselves to eat it all. And we both went home with an extreme bellyache.
Oh,
so
right.
Sometimes that'll backfire.
Right. But as adults, yes. But that's the thing. As kids, though. So when I was a kid, never, ever did I ever feel satisfied eating ice cream. I don't overeat on ice cream. These bars are purposely made very small. You know, they're just tiny little bars, right? But I always dish up my ice cream where it's enough, right? And I really don't like overeating. So I'm very careful to not have too much. But psychologically, I make sure it's always enough. And that's why I say I'd rather forego a couple of servings and have one that's enough to get that satisfaction, because I never had that as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never ate as enough as a kid, just in general. Yeah. I was a very skinny kid always. I never grew fully as well. Huh.
Okay, well, I'll do my second slide yet before while you consume the balance of your ice cream.
Yes.
Okay, number 9.
I want to say something.
Yes.
That sharing, that takeaway, well, and the repeat back, but the takeaway in particular. This is philosophy. This is what philosophy is supposed to be and meant to be. A heartfelt expression of what is important to you, what you wish to live by, your code of honor, your code of behavior, your code of living, your code of self, your code of ethics. This is what philosophy is. It's not dry theory, and that's BS bullshit stuff that came later.
Yeah.
But philosophy is literally the word means love of wisdom, and if wisdom isn't practical, it's not wisdom. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah. What you wrote is very, very profoundly philosophical. Who would have thought that Cheryl is a philosopher, except for Sil?
Okay.
I mean it in every sense of the word. Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't think that because philosophy has gotten this idiotic association with it, like this egghead intellectual thing, which is complete bullshit compared to what original philosophy was, right?
Yeah.
I mean, every freaking country western singer is they're singing their philosophy. What they talking about? That's their philosophy, right? So everybody's a philosopher. They should know it.
Right.
But as profound philosophy, that was profound philosophy, right? Not bullshit philosophy. It's my philosophy that, if somebody's rude to me, I punch them in the mouth. Cowboy philosophy. It's just, this is childish stuff, it's ridiculous.
Right.
Everybody has a philosophy. Not everybody has a sensible philosophy or coherent philosophy. Yes?
Yes. Right. Okay.
What you wrote is not only coherent and sensible, but also practical and useful, and therefore valuable. Yes. And this is important to be aware of this difference.
Yeah.
So you can add this to your self-conception that you are also a philosopher.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do strive to understand. That's it. I just strive to understand.
Exactly. That's philosophy, thinking it through to the end and understanding what is important to you. Exactly.
Right.
What you want to live by.
Right. Okay, so the next one is just a kind of a continuation, of course.
Yeah.
Number 9, read back. Do not confuse intent with want. Wants can be counterproductive. You can want something grand, but your intent is grand on a much greater scale. If getting what you want means losing what you are predestined to have, it means doing that compromises your intent and altering your way of being to make it happen. You've lost more than you know.
Wow.
Yeah. So my takeaway,
Wait a second. I gotta appreciate this some more. That's too fast,
Okay.
Which I dropped my ice cream and it was nearly calamity.
Don't drop your ice cream. I'd feel awful if I read back.
Especially when you've been the last bite is very important to finish properly, yes? No. Cheryl, you're the only one who does repeat backs properly, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
The way they intended to be done. Now, there's a range of ways that you can do it. Right? You do it in such a way that, like Sue in the beginning, she thought you weren't getting it. Oh, sorry, see, I'm making a mess here. Oh, bloody hell.
For later.
As part of your job is to warn me if I got stuff all over my face and beard. Sue really thought you weren't getting it. Said, man, Cheryl's not getting this. It's like, because Sue couldn't hear what you were doing with the repeat backs. It went over it. Because your repeat backs don't sound like the content there.
Yeah.
Sound like.
Yeah.
So Sue was evaluating them by familiarity, poor criteria. Right? I've got to work to check your repeat backs. I've got to make an effort because I've got to read the slide and hold in my mind what is said there and meant there, and then listen with this compare. Because this repeat back, I promise you, you're the only person who doesn't use Ferrari in their repeat back. And it's fantastic what you do. I really want to share the appreciation here, because you took what this meant and you said it in your own words. And this is the point of it. This is exactly the point of it, right? And not only what is said, but meant. There's two different things.
Right.
You can do a repeat back of what's said, but if what's meant is more than it's said, then what?
Yeah, it's always more.
Right.
So for me, it's always more. I go line by line.
Exactly.
And I just roll it around. And
exactly.
What are you saying to me? What are you saying? Anybody can write word for word.
Exactly. So I'm a sneaky bastard.
Yeah.
Because look what happens. Yes. You're doing this thing, and yes, I'm doing a repeat back, but look what's happening inside you. In order to do that repeat back the way you do it, which is the way it's intended, right? Whether you agree with what's said or not is irrelevant. You are learning to express yourself.
Yeah.
You are learning to discern what is said and meant, correct?
Right.
Now, this is a profound skill that you're practicing. The skill of discernment, the skill of understanding, the skill of really knowing what's said, right? You're going through it line by line, looking at what's said, what's meant, what's implied, and what are the implications. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is a huge deal, right? So you're doing a whole ton of things there. Plus, since what's being said is for the most part self-evident sensibilities, agree or disagree doesn't really come into it. It's a self-evident sensibility. When you say it your own words, see, I'm sneaky. I'm employing inadvertent learning.
Yeah.
That repeat back, even though you're repeating back what I said, you now, you now have made it your own.
Yes.
That repeat back is not what I said. That's Cheryl's opinion, Cheryl's belief, Cheryl's understanding, Cheryl's
understanding. I mean, that's my goal, is to understand it in a, for more than what the words, the printed words are there.
So in other words, since you now really, really understood it so well that you were able to say it in a way that's unrecognizable from the original, unless you're really paying attention to the original, you've made it your own. That self-evident sensibility which is being elucidated now belongs to you. It's Cheryl's truth. It's Cheryl's self-evident sensibility. Doesn't come from me. And this is the point of all of it. Yes. So I deliberately, I'm a sneaky bastard. I deliberately employ inadvertent learning. It's one of the most powerful learning mechanisms that there are.
Self-discovery. I mean, it's to cue self-discovery and what it means, and what it really means.
Exactly. And also exercising your brain. Yeah. Using it, which in a way, how many people actually do what you just did ever in their bloody lives?
Yeah.
Very, very few. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a rare thing. People do not think, they don't think it through to the end, and gets them into all sorts of troubles, and they can't perspective shift. They can maybe perspective shift from black to white, but yeah, so bloody what? Right? Maybe they're really smart and they can go 3 times. They can go black, white, gray.
Yeah.
Big bloody whoop. Yeah, you're still missing out on all the colors, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people think themselves very smart, you know. I can go from black to white and then I can see gray.
Yeah.
Still missing all the colors, smart ass. Yeah. So, you know, you seeing the color, you jumping to the color, those multiple perspectives, you're getting the moreness. But the key thing is you're not wasting this understanding. You could, so many people, they come and see it, they have realization, they get it, they understand it, but it goes out. Because
I mean, it is my understanding, but I still feel like it's in alignment for what I'm supposed to hear.
Correct. But that's the point, though. If you didn't, if you weren't in alignment with it, you're going to come back and say, look, so, you know what, I like what you're saying. You know, all of it else was really wonderful, but this is a third, man. What are you coming up with this?
There was plenty of times where I said, I don't get it. I got to be honest. I don't get it.
Right.
I need more. I need more.
Correct.
I need
And
help.
you've said it in the past. And you've said
I
it in the
have.
past.
I have.
And that's part of it. That this is part of the process. Is if you
Yeah.
cannot make it your own, then you've got to ask and you've got to
That's
check. Right.
That's right.
So part of the repeat backs and the takeaways is precisely to provide that opportunity. Right? Because not always are things going to mesh with somebody else's ears. Very, very difficult to do that. I mean, I made a lot of effort when I wrote this stuff to put it in such a way. I do it with all my writing, to write in a way where I'm not being opinionated. I'm not asking you to believe. I'm not insisting that you believe. I support when it is, and so on and so forth. So, but yeah, if still, even then, stuff doesn't always penetrate and resonate. But we got to ask. We got to ask. This is very important. So yeah, it's very cool. All right. So just while we're on it, receptivity. Yes. So receptivity is something to add to your dictionary of power. Is very, very, very powerful skill, very powerful conception to truly be receptive. Right. So truly be receptive means we are going to assume something makes sense and is valuable, regardless of knowing whether it is or isn't. Right.
Okay.
And at the same time, we are absolutely not going to be influenced.
Okay.
Right. So part of receptivity is the inability, or at least that it's not part of us to be influenced by others.
Okay.
It's just not on the table. Right.
Okay.
So but don't you learn from others? Yes, of course. But I'm not influenced. There's a big difference, right? I'm going to see it and assess it and choose. If it makes sense, I'm going to choose. No matter how sensible the other person is, I'm never ever going to take their things and just accept it. No, never. I'm always going to choose it deliberately, make it my own, right? So that's part of receptivity. But the key point with receptivity is to insist ahead of time that it's going to be sensible and make sense. You say, but that's not going to happen most of the time. No, it's not. But it puts you in a frame of mind to be able to hear that which is sensible, which is outside of your usual thinking.
Right.
Yeah. Because if you don't have that openness to say, look, I have to assume it makes sense and then figure out how. Simply confirmation bias is going to kill it for you the rest of the time. Yes. You won't be able to actually hear something that's outside of your sphere of conception. Okay, take the ordinary, typical person who's going along in the superiority paradigm in hierarchy. Yes, for them, people's motivations are dominance, getting ahead, winning, which is being superior to others. Right? It's jockeying for position in the hierarchy.
Right.
They cannot actually conceive. They just can't. It doesn't register with them when somebody comes and does something from a noble point of view. It freaks their brain out. It short circuits their brain. It's not comprehensible by them because they're not open to nobility making sense. In their system, it doesn't. What do you mean? You're doing something and you're getting nothing out of it?
Right.
Well, fuck, dude. How does that make any sense? Right? See, so they're not open, so they can't comprehend it because they're not receptive to it. So this is my point. When we're receptive to ideas that are outside of the boundaries of our conception. And that's very critical. Yes. Yeah. We can't use the limitations of our knowledge in order to gauge whether things are sensible or not. We've got to go beyond that. So we've got to basically say, you know what, I'm going to assume this alien technology works and reverse engineer and then figure out what it does. I have no clue what it does, but I have to assume that it makes sense and it works. See? So with conceptions and ideas, we're going to reverse engineer. Yeah. By assuming. Now, sometimes, I'm going to hear something and I'm going to assume that the person is making sense and it does. And I give my best shot to reverse engineer that. But at the end of the day, I say, sorry, dude, I gave this every opportunity I could. I really tried to see how this makes sense. And I couldn't make it make sense. So, you know what? Even alien technology is going to be broken some of the times. Yes.
Yeah.
So this is important, but at least we gave it a shot. We were open, and the possibility existed that we could conceive of something beyond ourselves.
Yeah.
That's receptivity.
Isn't it? And you know what I find a little bit funny about myself in particular, or the anomaly of Cheryl, is that seems to me when I'm in the most pain is when my walls come down and I become more open to understanding and perspective shifting and letting go of, you know, if it doesn't make sense to me, then it must be wrong.
Yeah.
If it's not what I'm thinking, then there must be something wrong with it. It's almost like when I'm feeling, I don't know. No, I want to say pain because that's kind of what it's been. It just allowed me, it just drew me to the slides. I wanted to get into my slides.
Yes. Yeah. In other words, when your borders are under pressure.
Yeah.
Time to expand them or change them, make them more porous, make them more flexible, whatever. Yeah. Very cool stuff. So receptivity, put in a dictionary of power, very, very big concept.
Yep, I did. Yep, I have it right there.
Very big concept. I just love the way you do slides. Really, it's a treat. That's why I'm very happy to just do a few with you, because they are so intense and so profound, and there's so much that goes into it. It's totally appropriate to only do a few at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my takeaway on that same slide, kind of sounds like the same, but let's see. I might want to live, I'm sorry. I might want a life of luxury, but how do I achieve that? What piece of myself must I trade in the exchange? Or what is it that I must give away to get there? If it's my integrity, my peace of mind, myself, my sense of self, in other words, if it takes the smallest piece of my way of impeccability, the price is too high, and getting the want brings no happiness, quite the opposite.
Exactly. And look what you answered the question, what am I doing? Didn't you answer it right there?
Yeah.
So when that question, what am I doing, when it's answered in the totality of context and time, both together, right? It's a profound question.
Yeah.
I mean, most people are chasing this stuff, you know, personal luxury, wealth, but at what cost? They don't think of the totality. What are you doing?
Right.
You're selling your soul for what?
Right.
You know, is it worth it?
Right.
No, it's not.
Yeah. And I mean, no, I really feel like, you know, the focus on what you want, if it has anything materialistically inclined, it just asks too much of us.
Exactly.
And 9 times out of 10, it's going to ask too much of you.
Yep.
You know, and is that worth it? Yeah.
Yep. Effort is not worth the reward. Very big deal.
Yeah.
By the way, I mean, you're probably already doing this, but just, you know, to be sure to look at your jobs from a pension angle.
Yeah.
You know, that because it's going to be an issue fairly soon, I would imagine, right? Relatively. So that to make sure that you will get appropriate, and that when you do get onto pension, that you got all the stuff in place.
Yeah, I don't want to be working till I'm 110. That's for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. So, all right, there's something to mention. You know, just I don't know why it popped in my head right there, but who knows? Keep going. Okay. I love that. And also, by the way, on the previous slide there, just on the understanding of it, you know, when I said confuse intent with want, right? And I purposely didn't use the word intention because I really don't like that word, and I stay away from it. And I try never to use it. But this is it. Intention is want. Yeah. It's the same thing, really, right? Yeah. Whereas an intent is an action, it's a commitment, it's an investiture of energy. It's a whole different deal. So, all right, just making sure, to be clear on that.
Okay. Let's see, number 10. The root of our intent is to be good. It overrides everything. That's all I put for my read back. But it kind of goes right into my takeaway.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. And it's a very, very powerful motivation. Intent to goodness can be bringing a positive resolution to a negative situation. But, and it's a big but, and here, wait a minute. Oh, I lost my train of thought, but, and here we speak directly to self. Okay. Okay. Let me start over so I get my mind straight. The root of our intent is to be good, and it overrides everything. And my takeaway was, yes, it does. And it's a very, very powerful motivation. Intent to goodness can be bringing a positive resolution to a negative situation. But, and here we speak directly to self. Be careful, Cheryl. I can get in trouble by allowing my intent to goodness to thinking that adopting or connecting to someone else's intent is the answer or is my goodness. It never is.
Yeah.
Stay on your path, Cheryl. The answer, the resolution lies in what you know to be your intent, not attempting to fulfill the intent of another.
Exactly. You cannot do this. It is the most arrogant, ridiculous, absurd, and wrong thing ever that we can do.
Yeah. We think we're doing the right thing.
Exactly.
We think it's the right thing to do until we realize we couldn't be more wrong.
Right. Right. Now, where did this idea come from? BMN psychology or feudal psychology, slave psychology, or slave master psychology. Right? It's just an idea. I want my
or approval seeking, or value me, approve of me.
Right. But if I convince you that you can do my intent for me, you end up doing my work for me.
Yeah.
Manipulation 101. Right.
Yeah.
So
and I mean, but many times I think I try to fulfill someone else's intent because I think it's a good resolution to a larger problem.
Yeah.
You're unable to fulfill your intent. Let me do it for you. And then everybody's going to be happy.
Right. Now take that sentence and flip it around, subject and object.
Oh boy, I don't know. That just kind of flew out of me.
You said, well, I'm going to try and fulfill your intent for you because I think
you're unable to. You're unable to. Obviously, you're unable to.
But
let me do it for you. Right. And then everybody's going to be happy.
Right. But flip it around, right? Just invert it a bit. Most people try and do the intent of others because they're unable to fulfill their own. Or not unable, but it's too much effort because they're intimately and acutely aware and they have to be scrupulous with their own intent. But others are, well, so yeah.
Well, that is definitely an earlier description because I never realized how much work went into becoming who I am.
Exactly.
I just fulfilled Vivian's intent because it was easier.
Right. Exactly. And she made sure that it appeared to be easier. Your life is a mess. You're a mess. And it's very difficult to deal with all your crap. Oh no, take care of me.
You're right.
BMNs. They have absolutely no morals whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a little mystery question for you here real quick.
Okay.
Okay. Which way is the body facing?
In my painting?
Look on share screen.
Oh.
Which way is the body facing?
Oh, it's facing towards us. I see her eyes.
My hands are supposed to be covering that. Never mind. I was holding thumb over the head. But if you take away the head, which way is the body facing?
It almost looks like it's turned away.
Exactly. Isn't that
Yeah.
cool?
Yeah.
Can go either way. It can go either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just thought it's a great picture here for this.
Yeah.
Little bit of mystery. All right.
Wow. Yeah. That's
Now,
funny because I also had another drawing, but I didn't complete it.
okay.
With the body like I did on my painting, but instead of her arms being at her side, they're crossed behind her back.
Wow, Cheryl. Wow. Wow. So do me one favor, right? Your paintings are about painting what you feel, right? And don't try and make sense of your paintings while you paint. You do it afterwards, but not while.
I
All right?
try. All right. I keep trying.
Yeah. It's like write ugly, edit pretty. It's same thing with the paintings, right? Paint ugly and tweak pretty. You can tweak all you like later. You can go for interpretations and understandings later. But if you just paint what you feel, stuff comes that you don't know what's coming, and it's a fantastic thing to come afterwards at it. You're getting into contact with more than you're aware of through your feelings. It's very potent. And you, especially, you feel so strongly. That painting of with the two trees and the naked you, this is a very beautiful painting. We also have to understand that, to paint a painting and to finish a painting is two different things.
Yeah.
It's like writing a story or writing an article and then editing it. It's two different things. Yeah. So,
Right,
many brilliant articles, if you read them unedited, you're like, oh, holy crap, this is terrible. So, right. So, so just be aware of that. We're not interested in finished paintings here. We just want to see the painting. I'm a really good editor, and I can see past what needs to be. It doesn't affect me. I'm not interested in the finished product. I don't care how it's edited. I want the raw stuff. That's what I'm interested in, because that's the secret. Any idiot can edit. Any idiot can finish a painting. This is even, computer programs can do it, but they can't bring up the raw creative stuff, the raw feeling, the passion. This they can't do. Yeah. All right. Keep going. I love this. I'm so pleased to be doing this with you again. It's so potent.
Okay. All right. I have one more. Number 11. But being good won't be easy. It will take many of my way of impeccability strategies. And then I listed them: patience, sobriety, independence of being, discernment, big one for me, I put in parentheses, impeccability of my choices, awareness, and then beyond the read back, I added some more: self-trust, integrity, appropriateness, deliberation, thinking it through to the end.
Yes. No, I love that you added more there, because I don't have the space in the text there, but look what it says.
Oh, there could have been much, and there could have been more than that, right?
Absolutely. That's why I specifically said.
I kind of tried to grab some of the big ones for me.
Exactly.
And they're not even, they're big ones for me because some of them have been my struggle.
Exactly.
The self-trust has been my struggle. So it's so important to me that I continue to hang on to that and be aware of it. Yeah.
Exactly. And things like discernment are very much hampered by habit.
Yeah.
Right. So look at the simple thing that I did earlier. I was going to go get an ice cream, right? So I didn't say, okay, hold on a second, I want to go and get an ice cream. I did it differently. Yeah. But okay, we had a little bit of fun with it. It's an accessory. I'm calling it something different, but it trains my brain to think differently and not always be doing the stuff in the usual way. Yes.
Okay.
Simple little thing.
I think that's going to be like my homework.
Yeah.
Don't attempt to do things or approach them in a different way.
Exactly. Yeah.
Still getting his ice cream.
Exactly. And when we start to do this all, not only do we train our brain to start not only running on the same tracks, but to be able to jump tracks entirely. And this just adds creativity and fun to our lives. And this is profound, is it not? It's fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that a big deal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Attempt.
Plus, yeah.
Yeah. Attempt the usual.
In an unusual or different way. Exactly.
In an unusual way.
Yeah. Or, and unusual and different way. Yeah. It doesn't have to be radically different, just different. The more you do it and the more you get into the habit, it becomes like a fun game. It's like a creative game. Why do the same? You find these creative ways of doing things. You train your brain to be creative. And this is a great joy. I mean, look, simple little thing like the ice cream isn't a big deal, but we had fun with it. It could have just been a nothing thing, right?
Right, right.
So it's so huge. It's so huge. But the main thing is, it's not for the positive effect necessarily. It is to break out of the inhibition of the restrictive negative habit of doing same old, same old. That's how we get stuck in should and habit and typical. Yes.
Yes.
And those are death sentences. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're striving to do. Right. So yes, the creativity and the fun and the surprise and all of that stuff, that's bonus. But the main thought that we want, the main key value, is to break out of the same old death sentence. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
You will never get to moreness if your brain is locked into same old, right?
Right. Right.
It's not possible.
Right.
Yeah. You know, the sad part for most people is they lose out by default because they cannot imagine moreness.
Right. So without the attempt, you're done. You're done.
Exactly. They lost out by default, just automatically.
Right.
And how sad is that, right? I mean, this is like, I don't know, I can't think of anything worse. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to lose out because I'm unable to imagine that which I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
I say by definition, I can't imagine what I can't imagine, but at least I want to be open to it. So when it comes, it's a surprise. So that's what we're doing by training our brain to think differently.
Or when it comes, you see it, you know it,
exactly.
you hear it.
And
yeah.
That's the point. And you'll be surprised, yes, right? But you still see it. Whereas when people are stuck in their patterns, they literally do not see it.
Yeah.
They literally don't see it. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Because they can't conceive of it.
Right. Right.
And that's an incredible, incredible, incredible tragedy. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It's probably one of the most horrible things you can ever imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. Truly. Truly.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're being inadvertent learning.
Okay.
Yeah. I love inadvertent learning. Truly, it is ridiculously powerful because our brains a little bit are sort of mitigated. We've been trained to not like learning, sadly, as children. So, and we think it's an effort and a hassle and a work. But when things come like this very naturally, they just slot in and they just accept it without question. That's very powerful.
Okay, I just want to write that down because I can't imagine what I can't imagine.
Yeah.
But I must be open. Right?
Yes, but I must be open to being able to recognize something beyond my imagination. That takes training, that takes openness. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I might not know what it is, but I'm able to recognize it. And that's because I'm open, because I've had sufficient experience with thinking differently, thinking unusually, stepping outside of my boundaries, that I've had repeated instances. They may only be small variations, but I've had plenty practice. So to me, when I see something and I have no idea what it is, my brain doesn't automatically exclude it from my awareness. It does the reverse.
Right.
It actually looks toward it. It's attracted by it. It's an anomaly. It's like, oh, yes, yay, fantastic. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to end there. So it's after 5.
Perfect timing. Yeah, right on time.
Yeah, right on time. Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think it's a good place to stop too.
Yeah. So I'll see you on Thursday or Friday or Saturday.
Well, Thursday I have that thing with the theater, so that's going to start early in the day. And want me to like dress like formal kind of thing, you know?
Ah,
No,
exciting.
yeah. The one girl said, well, I'm wearing a long dress. And I said, well, I don't have any gowns in my closet, but I'll do my best. So,
I
so I
see.
need a little extra time there.
Fantastic, fantastic. Ah,
Yeah.
it's very
So,
exciting.
yeah, I'll check in with you on Friday,
Yeah.
but see if that would assume that I get something done. I don't like to come like without doing
Well,
something.
Saturday, Sunday, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So I'll see you as soon as you get some more done then.
There we go. Okay.
I love it. I love it.
I love it too.
And if you
Thanks
feel
for
it,
today.
paint it. If you feel it, paint it. Yes.
If I feel it, paint it. Don't think about
And
it.
of course, correct. Yeah, just paint it. Feel it. Feel it. You want to. The objective is to communicate your feeling and to have that little tweak in there to just do it a little differently to what you normally do it.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
All right.
I love it. I'm looking forward to those. I enjoy seeing your painting. So does Beena.
Oh, very good.
Enjoy it,
And I enjoy sharing them too. So thank you.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful.
Okay.
Bye bye, Cheryl.
All right.
Bye-bye.
I'll see you soon. Bye.
Yes. See you soon. Bye bye, Cheryl. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Make me happy, Cheryl. You make me